Good morning and welcome to my scooter adventures. Now the idea of this is I've lost my mobility, most of it. Does that also mean I've lost all my independence? And as a secondary to that, how easy is it to travel in Britain and possibly elsewhere later on with a scooter? Oops. The sun is quite bright this morning. So this is my scooter. It's fairly compact. Off we go. Starting off in a free car park in the town, which is fairly close to mine. Hasn't cost me extra. I do have to pay the advance. Yeah, I didn't have to order it. Better. Okay, hurdle number 1. I've got to go in there to book in, which means I've got to get out of the machine to do it.
Colchester Town. This is the service to Colchester. Next station, Colchester.
Find my way through to come to you. Not too bad, other than the machine. No equipment just broke.
Oh
Can't print anything. They've said it's just completely knackered. So they've got to wait for a replacement to be sent out. They can't fix it.
Thank you. Carrying all the way up this road will end us up at the castle. And here we are at the other end of the road. This is the road we just came up. And at the top here we've got a square, and there across the road is the castle. That's the entrance. So we're going to go across the road and in through the entrance. And this is our first look at Colchester Castle. Entrance is there. Ooh. Okay.
Have you been before?
Not for many years.
There's just a church to the far right-hand corner. That's where the toilets are. There's also a lift round there.
Okay.
The last one's working, but it's quite small and little. So I like the other one. The prisons are also along there too. If you just go through the far right-hand corner and turn right. It's best to start upstairs because it's in chronological order. But it's
Okay.
cute.
Righty-ho. Oh, that was helpful. So we come along to the far right and find a ramp. On the left. There's the ramp. Let's through this door first. Prisons. Used as a jail for 600 years. Okay. Chances of getting in there is remote.
Pretty grim, aren't they? This is where I locked them up, chained them to the walls. Yes, I've seen faces turn white with fear on first sight of these bars. And they were left in the dark, guilty or innocent. 1557 in the reign of Queen Mary.
Go. Whew. This appears to be an empty room. some sort of conference centre. Turn around, go back again. Here we have a section of a roundhouse, Iron Age roundhouse. It shows the Watland daub walls and the seats, the thatched roof, a bit of the inside showing the door and where the fire would have been, and the sort of pot that they'd have been cooking in. Can't actually do much filming because there's a lot of children in here. The walls. Well, I'm not sure how much of that actually came out. There's so many children about there to keep stopping the recording, but I'll show you what I've got. It is possible to go on a tour of the entire place that shows you the battlements, it goes up great stairs, it shows you the catacombs, it shows you the remains of Claudius's temple, but that's not accessible. Instead, they do a virtual tour on a tablet, only costs £1.50. I don't know how much the proper tour costs, a bit more than that, I believe. And so people with no mobility can still see the tour, which is very nice. Okay, next up, cup of tea, I think. We're going to go and have a look at one in the park and see how we get on there. Okay, the cafe in the park, let's have a look. Hot for a minute, you see. And there's a step to get into it. So, totally not accessible. Okay, let's try somewhere else. Find if we can. Very nice area. You ignore the dustbins. Hi, editor me here from the future. I just found a problem in my little videos. I did after this point take you into the town, show you all the way around the town, show you that most of the shops are accessible and that one or two were not. But none of the footage is usable. Somehow I've taken some lovely pictures of the sky, but nothing of the actual shops themselves, so I'll have to do that on another occasion. However, a little bit later I went down to another place in Colchester called Colchester Priory, and this is what I saw there. This is Colchester Priory, ruins of, and the entrance to this is via a very narrow little road. But it is signposted and whatnot. Now, when you get in here, there are three possible pathways. You've got that one, which goes to a flight of stairs. You've got that one, which also goes to a flight of stairs. And you've got this one, It comes down past a war memorial. And it's very steep, but it does not have steps like the other two do. So they have kind of thought about it. There's the facade of the place. Fantastic, isn't it? And when we get down the bottom here, you'll see another problem. Here it is. The bottom of this slope is actually a step. Used to be a slope, but with the erosion and whatnot, it's now a step. There's mud down that side, which is sort of ramped, so I'm going to try that. But to get into the main body of the abbey, priory, there is another step. Can you see it there? So I can't get up there. But just along is a sally port, so we're going to go in there. Okay, here we are at the sally port. Now this is not designed for scooters, or people come to that really. It's very rough, cobbles and grass. But this is the area where the infirmary beds would have been along there, I think. And the same on the other side, so try and get round to the main path. Here we go. Here we are at the other side of the step. So you can see the sheer height of the surviving walls. This place must have been incredible in its heyday. Okay, so we'll follow this path, which is a dirt track. And we get to here and we notice the next problem. They're too narrow. You can't get through. There is, however, a way through between those two. Once you get through, however, all you've got the other side, if I come a bit closer I'll show you, is grass. Oh, you can see the fence over there. Roughly that's the end of where the priory used to be, and you've got bricks showing the outside edge of the walls. But with the ground as it is, I don't really want to have to try and do it. And when I get over there, I can't get out. I've got to come back the way I've come. So, let's come out of here and have a look at the next bit. When you come out of the priory, you are then presented with this, which is obviously a church. Tells you over there when it was built, so let's go and have a look. Let's have a look. So there we go. That was obviously placed in several hundred years after the priory and its associated church went out of use in the 1500s. Okay, on we go. And welcome back to Colchester Town railway station. So, how successful a trip was it? Well, yes, I can travel about on my own in my local city. Yes, there are places I can't go because there are steps into some of the smaller shops. But the larger shops in the main you can get into. My next problem is going to be getting home because, well, from the railway station in Wivenhoe, you can't get out going this way because there's a step. I'll just show you it here. And those steps are a darn sight steeper than they look. And the little, what looks like a path next to it isn't actually a path at all. It's a bit of a dirt track and it's not very wide and it's very, very steep and it's not really passable by a scooter. So the way to do it apparently is to go from here, go past the station, to get on another train to go back to the Wivenhoe where I started. But my next problem, of course, is that the ticket office, where I will have to organise all of this, is currently closed. So I'm not sure how long I'm going to have to wait, but I've got to wait for the ticket office to open. Hi, it's me again. I just thought I'd better pop in a little bit here. The station office was closed because their computers had gone down. Now that meant that I couldn't get hold of anybody. So what I did was I went to the little cafe that sat there and they contacted somebody for me who was very nice, who came out and sorted it all out. Okay, so that's why the next clip, I'm already on the train.
Walton-on-the-Naze.
So this is actually
Next
my station,
Alresford.
but I can't get out because there's no way out of the station if you're on a wheelchair. I think I've already put in a picture of the steps, but if I haven't, I'll put a picture of it in here. Bye, Wivenhoe.
Welcome
I'll
to
see
this
you
service for Walton-on-the-Naze.
when I get back, I suppose.
We will be
I'm assuming
calling at Alresford, Great Bentley, Wheelie, Thorpe-le Oaken, Kirby Cross, Frinton-on-Sea, and Walton-on-the-Naze.
Okay, so I've got to wait 4 stops before I can actually get off to get back on another train to come back here. Isn't that ridiculous? But there we go. So here we are at Thorpe. And, well, it took 15-20 minutes to get here past my station. I've now got, let me see, half an hour to wait or thereabouts before I can get on another one to go back again. So it adds an hour onto my journey, but it can't be helped, can it? Nice weather at least. And here we are back at Wivenhoe station, and that was a bit of a faff because, as you know, I had to carry on the train to Thorpe, and it was about 45 minutes actually the wait before the train arrived, and then 2 trains arrived. And the porter chappie didn't know which one I was meant to be getting on, and he was trying to get me onto one that didn't stop here at Wivenhoe. And I had to point out actually that one didn't stop, and I'd end up going around in circles, and it was the other one we wanted. So he got me onto the correct train, and then we got here, and he'd forgotten to phone through to let them know that I was coming, so there was nobody here to get me off the train at this end. So I had to hold up the train, keep pushing the button, keep the doors open until the driver got out of his cab and came down and said to find out what the hell was going on. Anyway, the conductor went and got the ramp for me and they got me out, which was very good. So I'm home. Well, sort of. I've still got to go find the car and drive home. So, was my day successful? Yes and no. Did you enjoy it? If so, give me a thumbs up. I'll know to do another one a bit further afield. If you didn't, can you give me a thumbs down so I know not to do another one? All right. Thanks. See you next time. Bye.